trust no one.
The book is locked tight with no visible keyhole, only an oval recess in the cover's mouth. You try to examine the book, but the longer you stare, the more those piercing amethyst eyes draw you in. You feel the darkness radiating from the book. It's delicious. The pull is irresistible. You feel changed, bettered for having opened it. Suddenly you are capable of anything. Felling mountains, darkening suns, conversing with the dead. Glyphs shift gently. Slip into your mind, onto your lips, forming words you don't understand. And something is trying to reply.
Well, quite the page turner. I'll get back to it when I have more time to focus.
There.
What's in here?
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive, thanks to you. You did well to defeat Ketheric. But Ketheric was only the first to fall. There are many more battles ahead, and they will not be so easily won. You will need allies. Halsin's strength and loyalty will bolster you in times of need. But if we are to succeed, we will need others. Baldur's Gate may not know it yet, but its fate is bound to ours. Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own, and invite them to our cause. Together, we will put an end to the Absolute, the Chosen, all.
If we head west, we'll hit Baldur's Gate. And if we're quick, we might even get there before the Absolute's army.
Better be. It hasn't been that long.
Seems like forever. Way is clear. Light has shown the way.
The sooner we get out of here, the better.
It's a grim task, picking provisions from the dead. But the way I hear it, the fighting's not done yet. You need to resupply. Lady Light away.
Why me?
Still breathing, despite everything.
Good. The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Towers are much like the Absolute.
Time to press ahead.
Something over there.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. With a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free. The flesh within the wall retreats.
You need to eat before we head off, all right?
Yes.
Do you have anything to eat?
No. Perhaps the iron. Claim it as an outpost.
I applaud your taste.
Careful, I bite.
I'll sort you out for dinner.
Wait.
on the road ahead, we can at least be proud that the Shadow Curse is no more.
Don't waste a step. Looks like an army marched through here.
Lost in thought. Lovely day this, for now. It shall be done.
Open this cage, you mounting asshole!
Yes, why not?
That's curious.
Oh, for a skeleton key.
ready and willing.
Have a lot on my mind and, well, in it. Don't want to draw any attention.
Quick step.
This
The
town,
dead of the Emerald Enclave.
I remember it
They
too
lay
well.
here ever since their war against Ketheric
Much
Thorn.
druid and harper blood was spilled in taking it. Only to lose it again.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Another step forward.
How delicious. With pleasure. Over there.
Roland? Is he looking to get himself killed?
Very well.
Battle of wits.
Well, so much for peace. No traps, please. Wonder if the gods are watching me. Let's see what this does. I need a moment for the two of us.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to gift this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop The power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral. The end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. Loving them has its side effects as well. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. Try to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. Oh, you know me, ever the optimist. I'm trying to focus on the positives. Truth is, I was living on borrowed time already. Consuming those items would only have kept the orb sated for so long. If anything, I feel more at peace than I have in months. At least now I know my death will have purpose. It won't be a distant bang in the footnotes of history. Please, there is little more to be said on the subject. The best thing you and I can do is march on towards whatever awaits us. The end may be close. Time to reap what we have sown. She expects those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly and with respect for its potential to I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing if it weren't our only means of survival. However much she's annoyed at me. I know what it is to hunger. And I know what it takes to keep that hunger under control. He's done that so far, despite his condition. So long as he sates his appetite elsewhere, I'm happy to give him the benefit of the doubt. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime.
I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically. What's to tell? I was sired by a vampire named Cazador. Everything before that is so long ago it's ancient history. And everything that came after, well, I'd rather not reflect on it. Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again. I was a magistrate, working to keep the peace in Baldur's Gate. Imprisoning troublemakers, that kind of thing. I can't remember much, truth be told. Centuries of torment will do that to you. darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special. It sounds... Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Speak your mind. I'm listening. It is done.
The shadows are lifted. Finally, we can breathe free. Orin, I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like. Yes, but first, a question. If your home were under siege, what would you sacrifice to save it? It is. And I did. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the cult of the dragon made its move. A religion devoted to conjuring the most evil of goddesses, the dragon Tiamat. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill. The Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizura's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul, and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city. She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizura's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world or the depths of the lower dark and still never shake her. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word: go. So I did. I understand. No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither. More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to. I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious, but once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. I'm more than a bit wary, I admit. Still, I am the frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so. That's the spirit.
Yes? It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood, and in theory, the next step is to drink their blood. People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn? Trust me, it doesn't happen. Not anymore. Which is all that matters, really. I didn't do anything. I was kidnapped, just like you. It seems Cazador wants me back. It was him, I'm sure. Only it was a group of Gur that attacked me that night in Baldur's Gate. I would have died had Cazador not appeared and saved me. Well, he didn't mention the slave clause at the time. And now he sends a Gur monster hunter for me. It's a message. He's reminding me of his power. Even in the middle of nowhere, he can reach me. And he wants me back. We can probably make an exception for Will. Probably. Cazador, sired 7 spawn. Me and my 6 brothers and sisters. He always insisted we were a family, even when he was carving scars into our flesh. I was one of his first. Some of the others came years later. He was a monster to us all, but did take special pleasure in my pain. He said my screams sounded sweetest. Now that... Yes?
You did it. Ketheric Thorm is no more. The Shadow's grip is broken. Soon, the land shall heal. Not as glad as I am. Nature moves at its own pace, and bestows its bounty when it sees fit. Give it time. A reward shall come to you when you need it most.
Always room for more?
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him. I knew I could put my faith in you. If only we had met sooner. I can't say for certain, but we'll see it come to pass long before this place recedes behind us. Don't worry. All is at hand. We can depart whenever you're ready. No more than my right hand can absorb my left. Oliver is helping Thaniel to recover. They both lie dormant, like trees awaiting spring. Once the curse is lifted, they can stand as one or as a pair. Whatever they wish. I hope they will remain as a pair. It will be good for them both to have a friend, once I'm gone. Still, I would like to return here someday. See Thaniel and Oliver again. In my meditations, or perhaps in person, if the Oak Father wills it. I hope he does. I have. But perhaps there is more that I want. Anyway, once the curse is lifted, nature can take its course without me. I belong at your side. And I'm glad to be had. Glad to be with you, I mean.
Yes?
Worth examining.
No time to rest. Very well.
I shall be here in my camp. As the...
hands on everything. If not over, then through. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Yes?
How can I help?
Speak your mind. I'm listening. Exquisite. The pain is a mutual promise branded on our flesh and bone. Inside your every wound lives my obsession. Inside my every wound lives your passion.
Well met.
Your path leads away from me, I sense. Be safe. Perhaps one day you will see the fruits that your victory has sown here.
I swear, I can already feel a change in the air. Like the curse itself knows its time is short.
Yes? Sorry. Lose a follower or two and...
Something good here, I hope.
Friend, we are here for you! What Absolute? The Absolute does not care about us. And we do not care about the Absolute. We are different. And we are saved. Friend! We will not cause you any trouble, friend! We will project a different form that will cloak us from all but your closest acquaintances. You and your friends shall see us as we truly are. All others shall see a kitty, a small predator, indigenous to this world. They kitties can walk anywhere, and they are most cunning.
Need something?
These boots have seen everything. Already feeling better.
Well met. Are you sure? The blade and just...
Need something? Lead on. Need something?
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection? There are many answers to that question. None are important.
He has a divine aspect, yes. A reflection of death itself. Eternal and inescapable.
I shall answer no further questions in that regard. Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
I'll give it a shot. moving in.
Thanks, Nichols. And the stone.
You are welcome. Thanks for watching out for me.
It's a grim... But the way I hear it, the fighting's not done yet. You need to resupply. Ladylike.
Ah, excellent choice.
Looking ahead.
You have my attention.
Where did I leave that damn hammer?
That's curious.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone.
Don't touch me.
Perhaps the Iron Hands could reach.
On my way.
Which way to the nearest library? The path less traveled.
How does the stone read?
Way is clear.
My pleasure.
The sooner we get out of here,
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing. You can't quite catch a glimpse, but your awareness unfolds of love.
It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now. You stop resisting, your arm bending with the movement of the flesh. And suddenly, an opening appears. With a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free. The flesh within the wall retreats.
toss me back in the shadows.
What waits us on the road ahead? We can at least... Curse is no more.
These grounds look like they've been trampled by an entire horde of beasts. An army passed through here.
Breathe deep and move.
I... F... Or is it an E? Is it even a letter? Damn language is this? What are you doing? Good. This is personal, and we're traveling companion. Now, if you don't mind... I never saw my... I was always more of a lurker in, historically.
Open this cage, you munting asshole!
Might be useful. I have a lot on my mind.
I think we've done rather a good thing here. A welcome change to give this land a sliver of hope amongst so much despair. I question the wisdom of that decision, but so I'll be here in the meantime.
Speak. It is done.
efficient path.
Let's get going. Never wanted the easy path. What's up for discussion?
Yes?
Thaniel rests well. He's healing very rapidly, now that Oliver has returned to him. I'll be ready.
The shadows are lifted. Finally, we can breathe free. That's the spirit.
The curse has been lifted. The land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.
Sergeant, if you are here, I presume Wern's Rock is secure, and preparations for my inauguration are complete.
No, Lord Gortash. We were interrupted. Another quake in the lower city. More severe this time.
So you came cowering to my chambers? I'm flattered, Sergeant. But even I cannot command natural phenomena to cease.
Forgive me, my lord, but there is panic in the streets. The people are afraid.
Perhaps the people would be calm if you kept your nerve. I expect better from the Flaming Fist than to run scared from a slight tremor in the earth. Get back to your duties.
Duties, duties, duties. Patrolling and saluting and following and bowing and scraping and yes sir, no sir, rip and cut your throat, sir. Your plan is falling apart, lordling. Give me a reason not to cut you to ribbons.
Control yourself, Orin. We need to focus on reuniting the stones or the brain will break free. These quakes are just the start. Neither of us expected the prism bearers to kill Ketheric. They'll be traveling to the city. Let's make sure we give them a Baldurian welcome.
I itch to peel you, to split your skin, to see your skull shine in the light. Little tyrant. Lucky for you, I harvested a whole family of living flesh in Rivington at high sun. They will sate my blade thirst tonight. Oh, but tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow, my blades will thirst again.
Let's make camp. My muscles are stiffer than a stuffed cat.
Beyond the campsite, the city waits in uneasy silence, one sleep away.
What path lies before me? Seems simple enough.
The gate is closed, as is Cazador. And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back. I think we should track down my fellow Spawn. I'm not exactly looking forward to a reunion, but perhaps they'll know something. If we can find them, we can force them to tell us what he's been doing since I was gone. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't. Unless Cazadors change their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk.
Oakfather preserve you. I've been unfair to you. I've had unrealistic expectations of your character ever since I joined you. But honestly, you've surpassed even those. Seemed my faith was more than well-founded. What would you like to know? I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now. Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened. You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in High Forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The Grove became my family, with Sylvanus as my teacher. And now I have you. I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Thaniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector. I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey. Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've got all sorts you could tell me. Oh, well. Your choice, of course. Anytime. Oakfather preserve you. Oakfather preserve you.
Let's have a look.
The events of the last days weigh heavily upon you. Sleep's rest is slow to come to one whose mind is so full. The Absolute is not a god, but an elder brain controlled by the chosen of the Dead Three. They mean to use it to take control of the Sword Coast. All who carry the tadpole are governed by the brain, and by extension the chosen. It will take but one order to transform them into an army of mind flayers. This would have been your fate too, were it not for the Dream Visitor's protection. With her help, you have uncovered the cult for what it really is. A plan of conquest orchestrated by the gods of death themselves. Together, you have the power to thwart the Dead Three. If you follow this path to its end, the Elder Brain will not answer to the Chosen. It will answer to you. Will you liberate them from their parasites and their religious delusions? Or will you use the power you gain for your own purposes? You will not have long to wait. All you need to do now is sleep. But sleep is not for you.
The reckoning is upon us! The city thirsts for domination. March! Join power.
We're under attack! Help me!
On my way. Let's have a little fun.
Tadpole scum! Attack!
Victor's path. Open up.
Fight your way to the portal. I need your help.
Maybe not the best time. Swift as my feet can carry me.
Come quickly! I can't do this without you.
holding back. Finding my way.
I will ascend.
I won't give in.
Gods, any moment now, that orb is going to explode.
I'm here. Help me. I'm under attack.
Someone there?
Let's do it. Nothing important is ever easy.
Blackets will be done.
Never a dull moment. What now?
It's not over. Come to the skull. Hurry. I can't hold them back alone.
Best be on my way.
I need you. Now. It's not over. Come to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull. abomination! By the one true sky, what is this madness?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me. I am the reason you are free. We are more alike than you want to admit. Look past it. I know you don't want to, but you must. Now, help me.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the Mind Flayer's awareness is everywhere. You blunder in its presence like a warg pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into your head. But if you insist on taking a look for yourself, be my guest.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this. As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the Githyanki.
Happy? Now, join me. Fight!
Aid an illicit against Githyanki? We cannot. We must not!
Your blind loyalty will be your undoing, Lae'zel. Fight with me, for your own survival. Without me, you will perish.
For my prince's honor!
This isn't good.
Fleet of foot.
It's as if.
I am not your enemy. The Githyanki are.
Spill some blood. Come on then.
Stop! I'm the one keeping you alive.
Yes, here.
What are you doing? Help me!
Attacker!
Let's get this over with.
And my arm the glory!
For Orpheus! Attacker! to the skull. It's not over. Come to the skull.
Eight at the ready.
Help me! Enough waiting. I crave blood.
What now?
What to do?
Please, help me.
One day I'll catch a break. What's in here?
I can't hold them off much longer.
You saved the Asima Night Song from her soul cage. I told you about my room in the El Som Tavern that night when you held me. I was vulnerable. You comforted me. Your continued existence as yourself and not a mind flayer should be all the proof you need. Now, help me. The god. Destroy the god. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now.
Aid an illicit against Githyank?
Your blind loyalty will be your undoing, Mazel. Together, we can turn the tide.
This isn't good.
A better position.
Time to strike. My path be true.
The victor's path.
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
It's obscene to owe my life to a damned geich. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers!
You may call me the Emperor. An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me to what I am now. I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call me Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Justil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control. No. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the Astral Prism. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other Chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prism was for. containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You. That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion, a pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me. I appreciate that, but this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel, but the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not?
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
The tadpole screams for growth with painful intensity. It has been starved of life, of purpose. It welcomes your probing like a void waiting to be filled. If you let it, it will evolve you, just as the Emperor said. A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then, stillness. You've resisted your illithid instincts. For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are. It has enough vitality to further your evolution, and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
I have something to ask.
There is nothing further I can do for you right now.
Better not be cows. My time's running out.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable, but impenetrable. Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
Open up. Light on my feet.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. The tainted blood of the mother. The traitor prince. The Laxarai. And even more powerful still. It said he could bring 1,000 Githyanki to their knees with one command. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith. Long ago, when we rose up against our gay slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen. Orpheus is Gith's renegade spawn. A Gaith thrall who would return us to our slavers. He convinced his own mother's honor guard to join a coup against Vlaakith I. He would have fed our empire to the Illithids had he succeeded. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshes teach us. Yet the traitor's with us, controlled by that repugnant Illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would hand Vlaakith's dominion to his Gaich masters. The astral plane would be first to fall. The others would soon follow. Entirely. Vlaakith Karsivim Hrathkrashet. Only in Vlaakith may we find light. This is the creed. I will not abandon all 10,000 protocols over one sovereign secret. We find a way to enter the prism and slay Orpheus. He is a Gaich puppet cloaked in Githyanki's skin, and the most powerful mind master known to my people. One word from his scheming lips and the people would doubt. 2 words and they would rage. 3 words and they would bow to the false prince. The Githyanki would be slaves once more, and one by one, the plains would fall to the Gaich. It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. There will be ice where once there was fire. There will be a void where our souls once resided. I know, and I won't. What about him? Orpheus's honor guard, loyal to the end, and trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. So loyal, so beguiled, they were blind to his treason. The honor guard's deaths were inevitable, as is the death of their Gaich-enthralled prince. My queen would demand I slay her greatest enemy. I could not be more certain. Vlaakith has a plan, and she knows what part I must play. And she cannot reward me if I hand the Empire to the Illithid thrall called Orpheus. Protocol 301. Neither death nor undeath may be a hindrance to Vlaakith's blessing. Vlaakith will know my unfaltering faith. Neither death nor the Absolute will keep me from accomplishing my duty. Fine with me. I'm listening. Here. Now. If it weren't apparent, it should be. I'm not keen on such outward displays of our flesh bond. Let me taste.
defender of the people. A hero at heart.
Let's move. We need to find a way forward.
By Baldur. 2, it's been appearing as someone else in our dreams, cajoling us to embrace our new illithid talents. 3, the Mind Flayer's been siphoning a Githyanki prisoner's powers to shield us from the Absolute's voice. Did I miss anything? How could I forget? One of Baldur's Gate's most distinguished figures, a Mind Flayer's ally. Sensational tales, aren't they? Almost unbelievable. With a narrator so unreliable, how do we tell fact from fiction? I can't pretend I have the answer, but I know the Illithid's right about one thing. It holds our fates in its talons. Until the Absolute falls, there's no getting rid of it. I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious. But once you take an Illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. All right. Anything more we should discuss? Are you sure? The blade stands at the ready. An excellent choice, if I say so myself.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves.